The development tour begins tomorrow on Saturday, 5th August 2023. The President will kick off the tour in Githurai, Kiambu County, where he'll commission the Githurai Water Supply Project. The project will supply about 35,000 cubic meters of water per day to serve over 500,000 residents of Ruiru, Githurai, Mwihoko, and Kahawa, and to provide water connections to about 8,400 people. Also on Saturday, President Ruto will commission the redevelopment of Githurai Market. This comes just 3 days after the State Department of Housing and Urban Development, as you all witnessed, advertised for the construction of 72 markets across the country. The President promised to build a total of 400 markets over the next 3 years to fulfill his commitment to Mama Mboga and dignify their hustles by providing them with modern markets across the country. Later on Saturday, the head of state will commission the Kagio Water Supply Project in Kagio Town, Kirinyaga County. He will also commission the upgrade of the 42.5-kilometer Marua Kwa Wambui Road, a critical infrastructure, of course, that will ease the movement of goods and services and spur development in Madira, Nyeri County. Throughout the day, the President will engage, as he always does, with the residents in those localities, concluding with a Meet the People tour in Karatina Town in Nyeri County. On Sunday, 6th August, the President will host an interdenominational prayer service at the Sagana State Lodge, and later in the afternoon, he will chair a meeting with the leadership of the region. On Monday morning, the head of state will officially launch the upgrading to bitumen standards and maintenance of the 45-kilometer Ichamara-Kariti Road in Mukurweini, Nyeri County. Also on Monday in Tetu Sub-County, President Ruto will commission the Kaigonji Water Project and thereafter commission the Odhaya Water Project, which will benefit 60,000 people with 216 new sewer connections. The President will also open the Nyeri Stage and Bus Park, expected to ease congestion at the terminus. On Tuesday, 8th August, President Ruto will chair a cabinet meeting at Sagana State Lodge. Afterwards, he will open a new Kenya Cooperative Creameries facility in Kiganjo and host a regional leaders conference again at the Sagana State Lodge. President William Ruto will conclude his tour on Wednesday, 9th August, starting with the opening of a 3-storied 175-bed capacity level 4 hospital in Naromoru. He will then witness the groundbreaking of Gishugu Affordable Housing Program in Kirinyaga County, which is part of the 200 units per constituency program, which again he promised to do. And I think 2 days ago, the State Department of Housing and Urban Development again called for or advertised for such projects in several constituencies across the country. That's the first phase. The project entails the construction, this project in Gishugu entails the construction of 140 housing units. The head of state will then thereafter witness the groundbreaking of another affordable housing project in Thika, Kiambu County, which will provide 975 units, with 20% of those reserved for civil servants. All these projects, and especially all the planned water projects in the region, are in line with the government's water storage program, which aims to construct 100 mega dams, 1,000 medium dams, and 4,000 small dams, and also connect 6 million new households across the country to clean and safe water. In the pipeline in this program are strategic projects like Mzima 2 Pipeline, Ndarugu 2 Dam, Maragua 4 Dam, Galana, the High Grand Falls Dam, 2 Rivers, Sabaki Water Carrier, which are all currently at the Public-Private Partnership Unit of the National Treasury for processing. In agriculture, as you are aware, President Ruto on Wednesday launched the second phase of the fertilizer subsidy program ahead of the short rain season. A bag of fertilizer now retails at a subsidized rate of 2,500, down from 7,000 shillings when the President assumed office in September last year. This follows, of course, the second phase of the fertilizer program, follows a very successful long-range fertilizer subsidy program in which 3.5 million bags were distributed across the country. Over 5 million farmers registered online, the first such exercise in Kenya's history, with a projected yield of 44 million bags for the long-range season alone, surpassing last year's entire production of 41 million bags. Specifically, 454,168 bags of subsidized fertilizers were distributed in the counties of Nyeri, Murang'a, Kiambu, Kirinyaga, Meru, Tharaka Nithi, Embu, Nyandarua, and Laikipia at a cost of almost 1.5 billion, covering various value chains, including tea, coffee, and rice, among others. The promise to establish the county aggregation and industrial parks to support aggregation, agro-processing, and value addition initiatives is also well underway. Phase 1 includes 12 counties ready for groundbreaking, including Meru, Embu, and Kirinyaga, while 4 will be ready by the end of August. In Phase 2, 19 counties will be ready for groundbreaking by mid-September. The county aggregation industrial parks will be established in all 47 counties in a collaboration effort between the national government and county governments as aggregation centers for local produce destined for local and export markets. These parks will also have value addition sections, as I said, to boost manufacturing and increase farmers' returns. Elsewhere, another very important thing is happening in our plan for food security and agriculture in Busia County today. The President's plan and pledge to revive the cotton sector has kicked off with the delivery of 17 tons of BT cotton seeds to farmers. The Busia Cotton Project will act as a template for the government's plan to increase yields and boost all agricultural value chains across the country. 800 kilograms of lint and cotton seed cake per acre will be produced on 11,253 acres in the first phase in that county, and of course collaborating again between the national government and the county, so the national government and the county of Busia, which will translate to more than 9 million kilos, 3 million of lint and 6 million of cotton seed cake. Farmers will get earnings through the sale of both lint and cotton seed cake. Currently, farmers only sell lint. In this project, 11 cooperatives have been selected in Busia in the push to return around cotton production and enhance other agricultural value chains. The cooperatives will be revamped and turned into multi-purpose SACCOs, and 12,000 Kenyans have been registered as cotton farmers on the Kenya Integrated Agriculture Management Information System platform. As I said, it's important to say all this because the Busia Cotton Project will act as a template for the government's plan to increase yields and boost all agricultural value chains across the country, including dairy, tea, rice, edible oils, and leather, among others. Thank you so much. Asanteni sana. I'll take, I think, 2 or 3 questions. Yeah.
My name is Edwin from Radio Maisha.
Yes, Edwin.
And during the campaign period, the president promised the residents constructions of mega dams in line with the food security. Maybe during this tour, should the residents expect any pronouncements? And also, there have been an outcry from the macadamia farmers for the lack of market. Are there any interventions that the president maybe will announce on international market? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Good morning. I'm Kamau Mwangi from K24 TV. Now, I have 2 questions. One is in regards to the 2 meetings. Obviously, we know there are talks that are expected between the government and Azimio. So will the president be seeking to reassure leaders of the region of their position in government? And 2, farmers in the region, especially dairy farmers, have been asking for something like the coffee fund because of the prices of milk in the region. So are we expecting to see the president bring goodies, if so to call it, in terms of a fund to caution the farmers, the dairy farmers? Thank you.
Maybe a last one. Okay. So I'll take those. The first question, I think, was on the dams that were promised. Is that what you said? I think I've talked about a few that are under the PPP, and I can go through them again very quickly for processing at the National Treasury. But specifically in Nyeri, so we have the Naromoru water project. I think that's one that some of the ones that were promised here, isn't it, by the President. That project is, the feasibility study and preliminary designs are done, and the commencement of the project will happen upon the award of the contract. And the project, of course, will, upon completion, connect 8,000 people to water, or 8,000 households with water. The project itself is about 1.3 billion shillings. That's what it costs. And there are more, of course. I can go through them, but there are many across the region that I can share with you later. Again, we also have another in Nairobi municipality. There's another project for 650 million shillings. That also feasibility studies are being done. Again, there's another one being done in Chaka Karibuni sewerage project, again in this region. So in other words, what I'm saying is all the projects the President had promised are on course. The ones that feasibility studies are being done, and then they will advertise for the tendering will be done, and of course the project will kick off. The rest, the mega dams, as I said, most of them under the PPP for processing, and after that we'll see them being rolled out. What specifically do we want to do, or the President wants to do, in dairy and macadamia, isn't it? So first, let me start with dairy. There were some promises that the President made in the manifesto. For example, exporting 1 billion liters per year across the export from Kenya in terms of dairy products, and generate 500,000 jobs in the process. So what has happened now? The government has successfully unlocked the delayed funding, and I think the President promised this, and it has been done. He has unlocked the delayed funding of about 82 million USD dollars from the Polish government, and this will go to mechanization, including provision of coolers for farmers across the country, establishment of liquid nitrogen plants across the country, facilitating access to cheaper AI services for farmers, and of course dairy veterinary labs to improve quality of the dairy products. And this, of course, you will witness in a few months, 2 or 3 months' time. But that has already been done. Of course, it's also in that fund from the Polish government, there will be supply of grain dryers, storage silos, and grain milling for NCPB stores. For macadamia and dairy and all the value chains, I think it's important that I reiterate. That is why I talked about. That is why I said what is happening in Busia is very important today, and will be used as a template across the country in developing our value chains. There are efforts by the government in macadamia to continue providing market linkages, and also for avocado. And of course the rollout, as I said, of the county aggregation and industrial parks, which will be established in all the 47 counties, again, will play a major role in market linkages for all these value chains. Value addition, aggregation, value addition, and ultimately market linkages for the produce, and of course ultimately increase farmer returns. Again, I think you witnessed, I think it was over the last 1 month, I believe it was last month, that the tenders were advertised, that it was in public in all the dailies for the county aggregation and industrial parks. So he promised and he has delivered. So now we're just waiting for them to get ready, and the ones that have already been finished will be launched, will be the groundbreaking. And as I said, there are in about 3 counties in Mount Kenya. The groundbreaking will happen in Meru, Embu, and Kirinyaga. They are ready and will happen any time now. And again, 19 other counties will be ready for groundbreaking by mid-September. Okay? Thank you so much. Nashukuru sana. Asanteni sana.